Hey all you shredders and splinters, I'm Dale Rodman Jr. the third, and this is episode 24 of Slow to Pro, a YouTube series where I go from slow to at least still having a position battle at the very end. This race is a league race run by the fine guys over at Zealous Racing League, which is a North American based league with two groups, one that races on Tuesday evenings and one that races on Saturday afternoons, East Coast time. Today's race is a 50-minute sprint, no pit stops required and no refueling allowed. We are at Nurburgring, which reminds me that my ex-wife Sheila never wore her ring. We are starting in 18th place out of 20 total cars. Myself and two other people decided not to do qualifying laps, so I decided to take it easy down the opening straight. Turn 1 is very tight, and I'm kind of expecting someone might get turned around because if you cut it too aggressively, the car spins. I don't know why or anything, I just know not to do it. Kind of like pulling an unfamiliar dog's tail. Certain things you don't do. Don't pull dog tails, and don't cut turn 1 at Nurburgring. I know that now. At this point, my heart is racing faster than I am. We've got a Lamborghini on our right, and I really don't want him there for two reasons. It's scary, and it's slow. But luckily, we're on the inside of this turn, and we're able to get down to single files about as fast as my divorce was finalized. So this is good. We're starting off well. We should be able to start settling in here and just trying to hold on to the positions that we gained from the lap 1 wreck. At this point, there's a few people in front of me that I think I might be faster than, and a few people behind me that are definitely faster than me. So it's an exciting start with more action to come. We're holding on to the group in front of us, so we've got to pay real close attention to our braking points. So this race is going to be over early. Coming up to the double apex, the white Porsche carries a little less speed than I was expecting, and I almost hit him, which would have made the Lamborghini behind us hit us. But we're all racing like some ballerinas right now, on our toes. As we hit the Schumacher S, Sabina and I carry way more speed than the white Porsche, and I decide to go for it. Let Sabina stretch her legs. Sabina won't pull a hamstring. She doesn't have hamstrings, dummy. I committed to an outside line through the turn, but we braked later and were able to make the pass stick immediately. And now the only question is, can we catch back up to the group in front of us? Every time you battle for a position on the racetrack, even if it's just for one turn, it slows you down. So as exciting as it is to go side by side for a few turns, it's slow, and slow isn't fast, so I don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and cut ahead to when I finally catch up 2 laps later. I handled the Schumacher S similarly to the way an old cat handles a toddler for the first time, but luckily the Lambo in front of us has an even worse go at it. I think about having a move up the inside, and I think better of it because it wouldn't have worked. I'd probably hit him. It's going to take a second for me to catch back up to him again, so this is a good place for me to ask you to do me a favor. If you're enjoying today's content, I'd really appreciate it if you considered subscribing. We just hit the quarter century mark, which sounds way cooler than 25, but yeah, we're at 25. It'd mean the world to me if you decided to come back, and it'd be even cooler if you clicked the thumb up button. It helps with the algorithms and such. Alright, enough of that baloney. Back to the action. We're coming up to the final turn. Just holding on to the bumper of the Lamborghini, tight and tidy. But this gentleman is racing like he lost his mirror. As far as I can tell, he's not afraid of me. A lot of times, the closer you get to him, the slower they go, kind of like a deer in headlights. But this guy, no. Only real mistakes he's making are the same ones he's been making that allowed me to catch up in the first place. So the extra pressure of being in his mirror does not seem to be increasing those mistakes. I'm still confident that I'll be able to make a pass. I just want to make sure that when I do it, that it's safe, it sticks, and it's quick, because I don't want to lose the group in front of us by jockeying for a position through multiple turns. So I continued to chase the Lamborghini for about 8 more minutes until things got exciting again in turn 1. We ended up side by side, and we're going to go side by side through turn 2. And Lamborghini's got the inside line for turn 3. So being side by side has slowed us down enough for the Bentley behind me to close a massive gap. And now Bentley has entered the chat. So we got a 3-way race now for this position, and we've still got a group in front of us within spitting distance. So if we can settle this position dispute quickly, we might be able to keep up with the group in front of us. Jumping ahead a little bit into the same lap, the Lamborghini is going to make a mistake up here in turn 11, and a big shout out to him for saving it and keeping his car under control enough to not cause a wreck. I swerved wide left thinking that the Lamborghini was coming back onto the circuit, probably because that's what I would have done, but he's a lot smarter than I am, so hats off to the Lambo driver for for again not turning his mistake into a larger one. So at this point, I started trying to push to catch up to the group in front, so let's jump ahead to the part where I push too hard. I get on the throttle a little too much and I run it wide, and then I decide to just jump right back in front of the cars behind me because I'm a moron. Why not? Then I start thinking, hey, while we're screwing up, why don't we just screw up the Dunlop double apex since we're all hot and bothered and flustered? It sounds like a solid idea. Let's go ahead, let's run it wide. Let's lose another position. My mistake caused the Lexus behind me to slow down. Hats off for the courtesy. Lets us get right back in single file so we can at least keep this thing moving. But less than half a lap later, and the pressure is too much for this rookie to handle. I try to ride the curb a little too aggressively, and it drags the left side right as I'm starting to squeeze the juice box and Sabina taps out. And here we are in the dirt again. Luckily, there's no traffic behind us, so we're able to just jump right back on, and we're going to try to catch back up again. Let's see how long it takes. It only took 30 minutes. This is the final lap of the race. I didn't think I was going to get another shot at a position, but I saw the gap dropping consistently between myself and the car in front of me, lap after lap after lap, so I was really hoping for a mistake that would bring us closer together here for the final lap, and yeah, we end up taking this race all the way to the final corner. I'm not going to spoil it this time, and I'll make sure to put my final results on the screen. If you enjoyed this and want to find your way back, click subscribe. If you want to help me out, click like, and if you've got any tips for Kyalami, that's my next league race. Be sure to leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. I'm Dale Robin Jr. the third. Thanks for watching this episode of Slow to Pro. You guys have the kind of day you want to have.
Checkered flag, good job, you did the best you could. I'll bring the car back.